stream channel. Greetings everyone, I am Sister Lilia and welcome to my armory. So, with Mechanicus 2 coming out at some point, I want to get this playthrough rolling. Now, while I will dedicate much of next week towards the playthrough, while I work on cosplay stuff next week, I wanted to get one done this week, and I have some other stuff planned for Thursday and Friday, so hence not doing this playthrough then. And unfortunately I was busy earlier, so hence not starting this earlier. Oh well, these things happen. So I'm just going to check that I have audio. Am I coming through the mic? Yep, I have audio, good. Okay, so what ones are we? Find the language samples. How is this an easy mission? I look at the enemies we're facing. It's almost completed this translation. Good. Do I want him for some ranged physical? I might undeploy that trooper and chuck that one in. Okay, gotta love the DLC troops. So yeah, I am almost finished, Magos. I have just one passage to translate, the culmination of my work on the Tesseract Vault. The Tomb of Zargon may provide the final missing piece. The Tomb of Zargon is dangerous in the extreme. Only absolutely necessary operations can be conducted there. Believe me, Magos, this is necessary. Zargon was buried with eulogies and epitaphs, celebrating his greatness. They contain exactly the poetic and metaphorical language I need to complete the translation. I am wary of sending men into the lair of Overlord Zargon without good cause, yet my curiosity is filling my neurovaults to capacity. Even I cannot deny its pull. Please, Magos, this shall be my life's work. Magos, if I may have a moment of your time, you have indulged every whim of young xenobiologist Tyrus, and thus far I have remained silent, but I recall the Macarian acronyms, not acronyms, axioms, line 918, the willful child is as the maddened steed. When it is let off its leash, it is lost. I am wary of accepting... I am willing to... Oh no, I said wary for some reason. I am willing to accept the consequences might ensure from Pardon me, I am tired and stammering. I am willing to accept whatever consequences might ensue. I'll repeat that. I am willing to accept whatever consequences might ensue from Tyrus's studies. I wonder if that can be true. What will this translation tell us, Magos? No, and Magos. Oh no, what will this translation tell us? And Magos, what actually is the Tesseract Vault? By the time you find out, it may be too late. Blessing is the ignorance that the wise men choose for themselves. Yeah, I'm dealing with a bit too much ignorance in the real world right now. The whole Tomb of Zargon is mobilized, Magos. It won't be long before every Necron on Silver Tenebris is awake. Are you certain you want to do anything in there other than take out Sargon? Those are my orders, Subdomina. Very well. I have plotted the location of the main grave monument, but don't expect an easy time getting there. This will be worth it, Magos. I implore you. If we take nothing else from this world, take the data I need. For some reason, this overworld map causes such a heat load on my console. This chamber displays the regalia of a king. A scepter, a high crown, and a segmented orb, all displayed reverently. The pull of such magnificent objects is impossible to resist. I'm concerned about what those might do. Ouch. Someone took damage, and I don't think it was a trooper. So, let's continue on. A mighty throne stands in the chamber ahead. A mighty throne stands in the chamber ahead. Perhaps it is fit for Overlord Sargon himself, or perhaps it is for one of the lords beneath him. Its pull is almost hypnotic, and the cohort try to resist as they walk towards it in spite of themselves. Let's do that. The most extreme prayers of castigation are blasted from the cohorts into the cohort's skulls. The throne's hold on them is broken, but their battlefield effectiveness is adversely affected by the neural scrubbing and thought echoes that result from the procedure. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Now, I'm surprised at the lack of extra fights. Yeah, I'm not doing the big red button. Instead, I do one that should be a big red button. Oh dear. And on the subject of big red buttons, let's see if I get another one. Hey, I just guessed. I was like, oh, go to the bottom. Reanimate faster. That is a mural. That is a mural. The image of an ornate and powerful Necron Lord, a magnificent, terrifying figure, covers the floor of this chamber. Could it be a representation of Overlord Sargon? Let's deface the image. The cohort obliterates the face of the Necron Lord with plasma cutters. The whole tomb trembles in response, as if shaking in anger. The cohort know they have struck a blow on a symbolic battlefield against the Necrons, and are bolstered in their determination to destroy them in person too. Okay, let's get to the fight. So, oh boy, this is going to be painful. Oh boy, these things are wacky. I think I've faced them on the tabletop. They teleport around the place and love to annoy your drop troops. Praetorian class pattern, use of dual weaponry noted, void blade and particle casters. Strange signatures, wave coming from the Xenosphere. Indeed, these weapons must be interfering with our vox costs. Quartermaster, comms are as personal pleasure of yours. Any suggestions? Nanospheric communication channels not affected. Weaponry can vibrate at frequencies higher than our diagnostic devices are capable of understanding. Possible dimension shifting. This has caused unpleasant communication issues between Imperial squads and our forward bases on Silver Tenebris. Too much talking. Frequency fixed. Use nanosphere. Intrigue. Most interesting. I wonder at what distance this can affect our voxcasters. Particle casters are able to disintegrate biological and synthetic matter far faster than Gauss tech. Most common to Necrons. Warning, likelihood of survival after grazing wounds is 9.0003%. Shock. No data recorded in the records in the slightest. Data fact normal. Normally small data files on each Necron form. Overwhelmingly excited statement. This is the first chance to insert plus name for Necron pattern directory.
You knew about the Necrons before your research on this mission?
Truth, yes.
I am not sure. Oh no. I'm sure that in the scripture of the Talon Cog it states, Volume 9, Part 3, wary of those that wander. I fear you step too close to heresy, Savola.
Heresy it is not. My goal, learn my enemy to improve assistance. My assistance capabilities to the mission.
I agree.
In learning the Xenos, we can better combat them. If we keep our traditions, we might falter for lack of knowledge. We'll name New Xenos. Name will be Vanguard. Necron Vanguard in Imperial Gothic. Surely the Imperium would have encountered those things before this expedition. Oh well, maybe those that didn't survive. Jeez, my team is squishy. It's a lot squishier than they'd normally be. Let's stick. Who's got 2? Of course, it's the one that's, you know, most fragile. Stick the melee one behind it. And then I'll grab the 1-to-1 and stick it over here. I might grab a servitor and drop it in. Oh right, he's the one that charges his weapon. He's the one that shoots right away. If he's got range. He does not. Okay, you are coming up here and being a menace. I want you to grab cognition. Then I want you to fall back behind the pillar. And you can only grab 1 cognition. That's annoying. Better than none. Are you in range to do anything for the other one? No, you're not. Okay. That's a shame, but not terrible. That was a mistake on my part. Open up on it. Okay then, so you are going to head this way. Because it's not really worth having this one do much damage now. Can you get 2? No, you only get 1. Okay. The joy of random upgrades. I'm not going to waste that because I need that for the other one. So, let's do that. It being absorbed actually doesn't bother me too much. At least those things can't get closer and drain resources. Now that servitor's in trouble. Free cognition! About the only good way to look at it. That servitor's in trouble. But not as much trouble as us. That's annoying. He's now got energy resistance 2! Because he didn't already have enough. Ha! And he's down. Never mind. Oh no, he's not quite down. Hey, the Vanguard's going to come in and be hilarious. Oh no, it was the Vanguards I think I experienced on tabletop. Now... I'm gonna just bring you over to here. Take a pot shot at him. I think I already know his... Oh boy. That is nasty. I'm grabbing that. Tech priests are all going to do damage, extra damage, thank you. I'm aware that eats cognition, but well. I need to do something to that or it's going to be a problem. Now let's join this servitor. Yes, I can melee him. He doesn't have physical resistance, he's going down. So one thing I like about, from what I've played with Mechanicus 2, thanks to the demo that they put out, got to say I prefer the movement systems in this one. Being locked into having to only do movement before you shoot, or do any kind of main actions, is frustrating. It's a balancing trick, of course, but especially, you know, if there's the option to play against each other. The demo doesn't cover the co-op, but I think there might be a 2-player co-op where you each fight each other on a turn-based thing. Kind of like we all wanted for Dawn of War, Dark Crusade and Soulstorm. And kind of like we had back in the days of classic Battlefront. Who else misses the multiplayer, the split screen multiplayer for that game on console? Damn, that game was fun. Like, I know it's back for PS4 and 5, but I also remember there was some kind of an issue with it, mechanically. Now... how much damage resistance does... Okay, so he has... do I want to waste it on him? I'm gonna blow him to Kingdom Come. Yeah, it's the cognition. Good old corruptive technology. Not a perk I like. But with console I can't turn off the Heretic expansion. I mean, sure, it would have meant that I'd lose out on some cool war gear, but I'd take, you know, losing out on some war gear versus, you know, having to continue dealing with troops wounding themselves by existing. Also, one of these days I'll actually complete the Xenorite axe I have. I mean, I haven't made the back spur, and I haven't made the polearm for it. Now, the polearm I'm probably just going to do something custom rather than doing something that's accurate to the game, because I want to do something that looks a bit more interesting. Plus, I feel that every tech priest's weapon is probably something they make. Like, sure, they'll use standard constructs, but they'll personalise it. Just, that feels like that's the way the Mechanicus works. I could be wrong. This is going to be interesting. He's going to come up and open fire. Hey, dodged! I had a thumbnail for this video. Let's chuck it on there. But let's also have you move up. Actually, I'm going to delay them because I want the troops to get further up. I'm going to delay you as well. But yes, I've also set up a new playlist for Mechanicus 2, but because I only have one video in it at the moment, it isn't worth, you know, having it on my main page. He can't move out of combat. He takes damage in combat. I'm half surprised, you know, the Vanguard there doesn't shift him out of danger. Oh well. It's that poor servitor. Oh, I should have healed him. I should have healed him. Oof. Oh well, at least it wasn't that much damage. Can I get you down to... Damn, I can't get him into combat yet. What do I want to do? Of course, because if I run him over here, he'll get... Oh no. I can run him over there and he won't get shot. Good. Oh, now I could have put that on him. Oops. Okay, you know what? I can move him to here. I'm going to grab both cognition, thank you. Let's get into combat with you. You only take 5 damage to take down. Please tell me that gave me an extra cognition. Good. Take aim at him. Oh. You know what? Let's move him into combat anyway. Oh wait, that won't do anything, no matter. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Hey! Yes! Figured that'd do a decent amount of damage. Unfortunately, it now may... Hey, he dodged! I was worried about him being a target, but nope, he dodged it. Limbo champion goes burr. Okay, so... let's take you on a bit. Oh, okay. I'm surprised that did damage. He can't do much in the way of, you know, damage, so let's just move him out of the way.
Okay, the troops couldn't do much, so I am gonna just have you come over here and take this thing out. Smash it. Whoa! And that didn't give me cognition, that's unfortunate. Oh well. No matter. But yeah, it's looking like we're getting a new expansion. Some kind of new game mode or something for 40k titled 500 Worlds. And the leaked image had Necrons. Now, 500 Worlds is the realm of Ultramar. There are two main Necron points that we know of with Necrons in Ultramar. One of them was a Forge World campaign. The other, or at least that I know of, the other is in Book 1 of Uriel Ventress' series Nightbringer. Now, what model are we getting is getting a new, massively upscaled model of? Probably next year. That's right, the Nightbringer. I'm reckoning Uriel Ventress is going to get an upgraded model. Is he in stock at the moment? Let me just check as I move this one over. Interesting. I don't think he has a current model. Which is strange, because he had one through Black Library. So that might mean we see a new model of his come out. Why did Nemesis Claw come up when I searched Uriel Ventress? That doesn't make sense. Let's just grab cognition so someone else can do stuff. This tech priest will take damage, but that's fine. Let's just move that up. So I've reconsidered around doing my Savola conversion because I looked at it and what I'd need for it, and I'm burning like $200 on that. Well, not 200, 150 or so. Not this year. If I'm dropping that kind of money on a project, it'll be on a Mechanicus conversion because I'll actually use that. Let's find out what his stats are. Oh, that's convenient for me and inconvenient for him. I can't get into melee. I can touch the edge of the circle though. Ow! He's going down, isn't he? Hey, maybe he isn't. What cognition can you get? I may not have canicles because of, you know, setting a difficulty setting that has a achievement with it. Yes, you healed yourself. Goody. Now, you are weak to physical damage. Yes! One less foe. let's get rid of that thing. That does mean I have to worry about a particle caster, but well. Now let's just fully heal yourself, or at least not fully, but certainly heavily. But yeah, because the Tech Priest Dominus model is, I wish it was $50. Like, I know I can find discounted versions of it now and then. They're less common nowadays because he's not in starter sets. But there are two models that I was going to use for that model, for Savola. One of them is the Dominus, and that's the easy one. The Dominus is $71 Australian. Ouch. The other one, which I need for the legs and the top bauble pieces, that is the Legions Imperialis Serpetos Overlord Tech Abominations, or Heavy Stalkers. Those are 90. Now, the only way I'm doing this conversion is through discounted, a discount stockist selling me the parts. But that's going to have to be a next year thing. Probably either after I complete my first playthrough of Mechanicus 2, or after I complete it on the hardest difficulty. One of the two. Now, you can run straight into melee and tell him to bone off. That was an odd choice of words on my part, I'll admit. I mean, Necrons are essentially cyborg skeletons, so it sort of tracks. Still a weird choice on my part. I was autopiloting that one. But yeah, basically, if I make a Macarius this year, what I would be doing would be using the I'd use the Melkador kit to provide me the tracks, one of the battle cannons, and one of the Vanquisher cannons, and the heavy bolters, and scratch building the rest of it, including scratch building the actual treads for the tracks and making use of pipe to make extenders to widen the actual track sides. The top of the Melkador would be used for an Annihilator because I actually have the hull for an Annihilator minus the top swivel turret and turret cave cover cowl thing. I scored a resin one, incomplete resin one, that's also got broken sponsons, so either the last cannons or auto cannons are going on that. Probably the last cannons, because why would I put auto cannons on it? And I mean, it's not like I've been using the Vanquisher cannon that comes in the Melkador, given I bought the thing for 40k, and funny enough, there's been no rules update for the Melkador to give it a Vanquisher cannon option. Which is a shame. Because, I mean, come on, running a Melkador Vanquisher would be really cool. But, I mean, we're dealing with GW here. So you haven't got any real... Okay, you can't do anything. Apart from healing yourself. Oh well, no matter. I'll just run to there. Actually, I might just run into here so that I can get him into the square. Now, our friend here is weak to physical damage, so... Jeez, that hit him hard.
Let's just... I know I could use something heavier, but I'm going to use that, because I doubted I'd crit him. So I can then use the secondary tool to get rid of him. Now there is another one there that I can't really deal with. Now, are you gonna pick on the tech priest there? Yes, you're gonna pick on the tech priest there. Okay, he can sort of handle you, but that rust stalker is going to be far more useful. Now, let's just push him away, because that means I can run him. Sure, it doesn't get him all the way to the top of the map, but at least it does something. Actually, use your tool again on yourself to heal up. But yeah, apparently in that same leak it said the Ultramarines were getting new characters. Now, the only two characters that exist within the legacy for the Ultramarines that aren't in plastic at this point is Tank Sergeant Cronus and Sergeant Telion. I'm happy to see both of those get updated, but I'd honestly rather another chapter get some love. The Ultramarines have already got more than enough. But Uriel Ventress had a lieutenant type character. I can't remember what the actual term they used. It might have just been lieutenant. Okay, I can just move you to here and hit you with a Volkai. Is it Personius? Sergeant Pisanian Lenius, is it? Pisanius. I was close. He had Terminator armor. And also an augmetic hand. Now his first augmetic hand ended up being an absolute beast of a self-repair tool that then ended up on the arm of, I think it was Husian of the Iron Warriors. Is that character dead? Because if not, it would be cool to see him come back. Mind you, we need Chaos Space Marines not from the main, that are locked to one main god. I mean, there's rumours of Huron Blackheart coming back, which, why didn't they release his model alongside his book? That's silliness in the extreme. I'll leave him. You can move forward so as to make it easier for someone to get in around you. Oh, you're not. That guy's not getting back up. You're getting to the square. What's that line from the Clone Wars? Oh, getting to the square is the fun part. Except it's the easy part because we're done. Now there's going to be, the hardware's going to get loud because the world map or tomb map is a visual load that doesn't make sense. The cohort locates the set of inscribed grave markers clustering around an image of Lord Zargon. They transmit the runes inscribed on them to the Celestis Metallic, and where Tierus can make use of them. This is it, Magos. The whole Tesseract Vault can now be translated. The whole history of the Necrons is ours.
The knowledge belongs to mankind, xenobiologists. Whatever the case, our fight against the aliens shall benefit from what we have achieved here. The Necrons were created by folly and jealousy, regret and betrayal. They shall have no fear for us when their secrets are laid open. Oh no. Have no fear for us when their secrets are laid open? I like having a quick switch button for my mic so I can cough without causing issues. The last thing I want to do is deafen anyone or waken someone up who's watching my stream to help them go to sleep. And if you are watching my stream to help you go to sleep, I hope you have pleasant dreams. This knowledge... Then your work is complete, Tyaris. Just remember the dangers of which you were warned. Let this knowledge be quarantined. Let emotions... Quarantined like the emotions I deluged to let you acquire it. Well, at least we got Blackstone out of it. And... something. What was the mission rewards? We only lost a servitor. Nice. At least we got some decent amount of Blackstone. Mission success. We got some war gear. Okay, so I just want to see who has the most expensive level up. Yeah, no, it won't be either of them. What did that add? Was it that it added? Please at least tell me he now has some armor. That added movement. Hey. That's giving him some armor, that's given movement. Whereas that's also given movement and HP. Movement and... yeah, that's a downgrade. Can I get some chest armor for him, please? He really needs it. Now, what else has he got the options for? What can I upgrade him with? Do I have a tier 3 spike now? Yes, I do. Let's give him a tier 3 spike. Let's at least have him grab some data for us. That's a hard one. Might as well ease through them a bit. A Castellan. Recover the missing skitarii. Why is that the reward? Want, waste not, want not. Castellan is a useful tool when you can afford to deploy it. Now, I've got 2 of those. Chuck another servitor in. Let's go. The Mechanicus staff on the Celestis Metallicon have asked of my assistance, Magos. But with my forces already stretched thin, I cannot spare any manpower. Do you believe my tech priests have such spare time and resources in abundance? The staff were insistent, one in particular, Pharaoh's surgeon Caligex. A unit of skitarii carrying several of her experimental bionics has been lost in the tomb of melb. They demand their experiment be recovered. It is concerning that the Mechanicus staff are in the habit of using our skitarii units for bionic experiments without consulting the Magos in command. Still, this does not mean the request is without merit. Especially if these new bionics can be used to improve the combat effectiveness of our troops. I have the approximate last location of the skitarii unit. Given the length of time they have been out of contact, it is very likely they are dead. My neurovotes return sadness at this prospect, but something can at least be gained from their sacrifice. The bionics will have been given a thorough field test. So you're going to get them back? Whatever killed that unit will still be down there. Quite apart from the use we might make of the data, it is not the way of the Mechanicus to seek knowledge through all... Oh no, is it not the way of the Mechanicus to seek knowledge through all means, even war? Of course, Megos, and I am grateful. This ferrosurgeon Calyx does not strike me as someone I should disappoint. Yeah, disappointing the ship medic's not a good idea. So what's my optimal route? Yeah, that'll work. 2 combat engagements, eh? One of the squad we're searching for. By the look of it. By the look of it. But their medics are gone. Did the rest of the squad take them out, or did the Necrons? Investigation. The body was killed by Necron gunfire, and the augmentics were removed shortly after death. The multitude of tiny wounds around the augmentic sites suggest the mandibles of Necron scarab constructs. There is no sign anywhere. Oh no, there is no sign of where the bionics are. But the fact the Necrons took them suggests the Xenos are at least aware of their significance. Yes, it does seem strange that the Necrons would go after them. Here we've got... Sweet. Okay, so... Oh, it's this map. Nice. Okay. You are the troop commander. I want to run you this way. I need someone to stick back a bit and actually who has the war gear? Only these two. Okay, I might keep him in reserve for a little bit. Alternatively, let's just move this one to here. Let's move you up. Now let's run you this way instead. Oh, that thing. I don't like that thing. Now I'm going to move you to there. Now I'm going to burn a fair bit of cognition this turn because I am going to do some damage. Because I want to wipe that thing. The less time an enemy medic is in the field, the better. Mind you, I'm pretty sure that's some kind of war crime in a non-Warhammer setting. Do that in the real world, and you might end up facing the Geneva Convention. Or you might not, depending on what country you're part of. Again, the US, you know, isn't like... Is the US part of the War Crimes Treaty? I know they have a ruling against... I know they're not part of the International Criminal Court and actually have a law that allows them to invade the Netherlands in the event a US citizen is held for trial, or I think it also includes allies. Problematic. Kind of seems like it stands in the way of justice if the US does something wrong. Given they'd probably be very happy for, you know, their enemies to be dragged in front of it. But this is not a politics stream, so I'll end that discussion here. That Did some damage. Now, you are running to here. Because that doesn't cost anything, so I might as well. That did a decent hit. Now, I'm going to grab cognition from that. Now, you were going to run all the way up here. Now, you grab all cognition, so I probably wasted that ability. But oh well, that'll give us some for next turn. There is no one he can heal. Good. Because he can't heal himself. Which is helpful at least. Now, we have cognition down there. Let us deploy someone who isn't going to care about the silly notion of cognition. Not cognition, of armor. Now, take that out. Let's grab some cognition. I could use that. That might work. Yay, it works. Good. Alright, he has a Volkite. Is that worth wasting? Nah. Too late, I've activated it. Let's use that on him. And make sure he doesn't get back up. Someone else will move next turn. Did a decent amount of damage. Now move. Dang it, the game's not going to let me shove him back. That's frustrating. You know what, I'll just have to take it because I need to get him out of there so I can get him on the other side of the fence. If that means he does damage to the tech priests, so be it. Yeah, take the shot at him. Just move you to there so you can do damage to that next turn. Let's just activate that. And charge in over here. Now, where are you going? Over here to be annoying. Cool. That I can handle. Also, 30th of June. Where'd the year go? Feels like it was April last week, but no. It's nearly the end of October already. I forget nearly, it is the end of October. Be gone. Let's just run you to there. Okay then. Let's give him a nasty present. Yeah, that's fine. He'll go down next turn. Yeah, that won't do anything. Okay then. Hold up, he's weak to energy. I wonder. Let's just move you to here. Yeah, screw it. I'll move up to here, and if this trick works, it won't matter too much. I've set that enemy up so he goes down anyway. So I don't need to worry about melee over there. Might just put some melee there. I can't hit that other guy. Oh well. Who needs healing? Let's take him out at least. Does the servitor get to act first? Chance that servitor's in range? Yes! Servi the servitor is going to be able to do damage. Let's buff our servitor. It's like just a bit more. Let's destroy the console. Okay, that didn't do enough. Take the shot. Also didn't do enough. Oops, I could have. Let's get rid of him. Yes! It's like he is down. He is going to nick off and be a problem. Oh, he picks on the troop. Interesting choice. No, he picks on the tech priest. And he's going to go down. And we're done on that battle, but we've still got the tomb. Now, loud hardware. Investigate the skitarii, investigate the enemy chamber. Signs of a firefight cover this chamber, both Gaussfire and rad rifle shots. It is likely that lost skitarii unit passed through this way, fighting a running battle with the pursuing Necrons. Let's check the chamber. The cohort spends more time than they can really afford thoroughly scouring the chamber. They find little of note, except to confirm the skitarii unit fell back under fire and is still to be found deeper in the tomb. Okay then, so let's push through. This chamber contains a gruesome but intriguing sight. On a raised section of the floor lies a skitarii trooper, partially dissected. The trooper's augmetics have been removed and arranged around him as if for inspection. The rest of the chamber is plain, with no sign of who or what performed the dissection. Let's see if we can take the bionics. Oh boy. Cohort, take the bionics from the slab and pocket them for return to the Celestium Telecon. However, a stream of scarab constructs emerge from hidden apertures beneath the raised slab and devour the skitarii body before their eyes. The suddenness and completeness of the corpse's disposal is deeply disconcerting. Yeah, funny that. That'd be downright horrifying. I don't feel like having an extra fight, so... Same image again. In the chamber ahead is the bizarre sight of a skitarii trooper suspended from the ceiling, displayed like a trophy to ward off those who might be following the lost unit. The Necrons must know the cohort is coming, and either are trying to scare them off, or lead them down a false trail. Let's see what the corpse can tell us. Oh, that sounds bad. Too late. Too late. One of the cohorts spots the bundle of crystalline explosives implanted into the corpse's chest cavity. At the cohort's approach, the crystals detonate, showering the troopers in razor-sharp spikes. Oh no, razor-like shards. Having stumbled into this booby trap, the cohort has not only suffered injuries, but have clearly signalled their location of the Necrons. Have they suffered injuries though? The enemy's just reanimating faster. Oh no, one of our... Which one took the damage? Ooh, one of the tech priests. Ouch. Let's go there. Let's salvage something. Or not. You know what, if we're going to have turn 4 already, let's just try and salvage something else from this mission. In the form of Blackstone. Yes, we got some Blackstone. I know not to click the glowing red object. Okay, let's go. Same map as before. How do I want to handle it? You know what? I'm bunching up. You can just kind of stay there. And everyone else can bunch up with you, because... let's actually add in... Okay, the enemy moved first, so it's not worth doing too much just yet. That one's going to be a nuisance, but... I have a healer right here. Ow. A medic, because of course the enemy have a medic available. And who's he gonna bully? Of course. Of course you bully him. Okay then. You were able to just heal yourself, so I might just... You know what? I'm going to extract resources from our enemy. Oh right, the gauge is full. Never mind. Could have deployed troops, but I wanted to wait until we knew what the enemy's movements were. There's no point putting troops where they're going to just get easily picked off. Actually, it might be a smart plan to It's like on the subject of troops getting picked off, let's just move this one back to where they can be useful. I love the little tink 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 of the claws. It is a cool idea, a cool thing. So at least we know the stats of the enemy there. I'm just going to grab that for now. And I'm going to end this model's turn. That doesn't do much, does it? 2 damage, better than nothing. Be gone. Thank you. Now you can get healed. Let's just heal him up as much as I can. Jeez, could have done with more than 2. Let's just make sure he's healed. There we go, he's back to full strength. He's gonna need it. Now, so yeah, last week I started work on a project making use of the not the Victoria miniatures, the wargaming scenery, not wargaming scenery, miniature scenery, Ursula Heavy Mortar kit. Now, at present, I have the mortar section separate and cleaned up mostly of heretical iconography. I've got the Ursula itself in the beginnings of becoming a onager, and I'm looking over at a bag of rolled up leftover green stuff that got put through a texture roller, through the texture panels to make tubey bits. So there's going to be some kind of construct at some point, but it won't be this week. Instead, my next miniatures video is actually going to be on artillery. I have a Earthshaker, or a Basilisk, nearly ready. Unfortunately, it's only nearly ready and not actually complete. Oh well, these things happen. Now, yes, let's deal as much damage as possible. Now, get. There we go. Now, will you look at that? I can take the shot. And I can run this one up. They won't be the only one I run up. But also, I'm noticing cheap Christmas plastic model train sets, so should I get one and kit bash the thing into a 40k train? Should I? Is that something you guys would like to see? Because I'm game for it, but it'll take up space. I mean, it has been a while since I did anything with model trains. Jeez, that was the hobby I was in before Warhammer. Well, one of them. That was the model-related hobby I was in before Warhammer. I haven't really done anything with that. But yeah, do you guys want to see me make a Warhammer 40k train set? Without 3D printing, because I don't have the capacity for 3D printing. I seem to remember there was a mob that did MDF stuff, but let's not waste the thing. Now, enemies are going to become abundant. It is about to be a target-rich environment. Now, I can't really deploy a lot of troops. I can deploy one skitarii, which admittedly is better than deploying no skitarii. What? Okay, I want you to come over to here. Oh, goody. Let's grab as much cognition as I can. Let's buff that skitarii a heckload. Take the shot, skitarii. Okay. Move over to here. I'm not actually going to have this one reveal himself just yet. I'm going to leave you there for now. Cute. That's going to mean very little ultimately. 1. And more importantly, 2. It's like a now for the one that does actual damage. And takes damage for it. Oh well. It's a trade. Poor skitarii. That thing's going to pick on... Oh no, I thought he'd pick on the skitarii. Instead, he comes in to pick a fight with one of them. Now sure, that one's got less resistance against physical damage. Still a dumb choice. But yeah, my normal plan is to do these streams much earlier than this, but I was quite busy today. Did get art supplies in the process though, so I might be sending a care package with an entire moulding trays worth of foam skulls to Trent Trent Holbrook of Miscast fame. We'll see if I actually get them sent and to him before he deletes his channel, because his channel is on a randomizer, and if he gets, I think it's rolls 3 sixes on Doom dice, he deletes the channel. Unless he deletes it earlier for who knows what other reasons, or just because he feels like it. It's entirely up to him. It's been cool seeing him do various hobby stuff, but yeah, that's his channel, I'm mine. If he wants to join the stream, he's welcome to, but that's his call and his call alone. Let's take the shot with you. Yes, we vaporized him. I'll take that, thank you. I'll happily take that. And we get the cognition back, nice. Actually, I might not waste that. Actually, I will waste that because I can buff that skitarii. Because if we can get that skitarii to do a lot of damage, we can remove that final Necron. Can you get rid of him, please? Screw it, you can take damage on the way in. Just move you to here. Yeah, I'm just going to buff the skitarii, I think, because I want to get the cognition from that cognition generator. Now, what was the earlier mission? Just Go back on my earlier stream and change the name in a moment. Oh well, I was talking a bit too quietly there, so you probably didn't hear me. Not that it would have changed much. Submission called the Sixth Seal. Cool. Now, so let's just. What unit am I dropping in? Okay, we've got new enemies that have dropped in. I'm going to take advantage of cognition and drop in a decent force. That burns all my cognition, but I'm not too bothered. Let's just charge this one up here. I probably should have put the shield up on him, shouldn't I? Oh well. Now, the reason I didn't start that was because I wanted to do that. You are going to be a nuisance. Oh boy, are you going to be a nuisance. Oh, that's blocked up. That way isn't. I'm going to delay decision on moving him. Hey, free cognition. Take him out. Now I want you to charge down here and activate your armor. So let's just bring him here. Might as well, after all. Okay. Figures that'd happen. Now, who are you bullying? Oh, you're picking a fight you can't win! Dumb choice. Dumb choice. He can't make it up there. Just going to delay him for a turn. Now, any chance you have? No, you don't. Okay. Okay, I can afford to burn some cognition. But yeah, if you're wondering about the weird loadout with the tech priests, I've got the random perks difficulty setting turned on. I also have the random, the game by default randomizes rewards, and I also have no camp, so I don't have canicles. Yes, that is an achievement. Now, do I want to damage him, or do I want to damage him? Let's do some damage to him. Oh, he's going down. Okay. Yeah, I don't care that this guy's got armor. I'm still taking him down. Oh, look at that. He lost all his armor. Or most of it. It's too bad. I can do this. One turn merc. That means the enemy medic's the last enemy left. Now, skit. What one do I want? So, who goes next? You can't physically get to the other one, so I'm just going to have you move to there and end this. And that's the fight. And should be the mission. Unless I've forgotten a battle we had to wage. Now, pardon the loud. The cohort locates the fallen unit, their bodies laying where they died in a last stand against the Necrons that surrounded them. They clearly took a great many of their enemies with them. The cohort harvest the experimental bionics from their bodies, saying words of prayer for the valiant fallen. The Ferrosurgeon is taking an inventory of the bionics we returned to her. She seemed excessively interested in the condition of the corpses. A natural curiosity for all matters fleshy. As I understand it, it is to be hoped that she can parlay data she gathered into making these bionics safe for widespread use among our skitarii. I do not think I will be volunteering for them. The Necrons are bad enough, but if I were to pick a most terrifying thing about Silver Tenebris, it would be Ferrosurgeon Caligux. Oh no. Caligulix. Yeah, that's it. She is on our side. A fact for which I am very grateful. How long have I been running this stream for? But yeah, unless I missed some Steam announcement that happened today, we have not yet got an announcement for Mechanicus 2's release date, which is wild because we've got, what, 1 day and 2 months until the new year? It's not like there's much time left. I'm still predicting that we'll get the pre-order in November. We might even get the full release in November like last time. Or they'll hold off until later. But with the Warhammer preview show coming up, I reckon we'll get the preview date, we'll get the release date then. Because there's that Warhammer preview show coming up early next month. Mechanicus 2 store page. No, that's the demo. I want Mechanicus 2 to be announced. Yeah, that's to be expected. What time did I start this stream? So, we've got some. So let's find the more expensive cohort member and upgrade them. I said more expensive. Something one with... There we go. Now... Why is this causing such loud hardware? I don't get it. I can't choose because it won't let me. See? Set to random. But I think it heard me. That will be very useful. I think that was the one we got.
Now, I'm just going to kick that out because I think we got something better at some point. Or we didn't. Okay. What option have I got? I thought we got the chainsaw already. Oh well. Let's stick the tier 2. Becomes untargetable. So, because I doubt I can do anything to improve that last member of the cohort. None of the cohort has cheap enough loading war gear requirements. No matter. So, who am I doing next? Or what mission am I doing next, more specifically? Okay. Oh, that's where that is. Find the augmentations of previous expedition. Given the hour of this stream, I might go for the easy one this time and do some hard fights on my next stream. So, let's do these. That isn't really worth doing because it's a pain in the ass to deploy it. My main way of deploying it is to make use of the troop deployer perk. I should remember the perk skill. Someone drop it in the comments if you want to. Now, I will grab that. I'll grab that. So having someone who cuts through damage and someone who reveals stats at range is a good choice. Good news, Megos. For once, my skitarii scouts have identified a reanimation chamber in the tomb of Ecropus. It is more than just another sarcophagus. It is a machine... sarcophagus. This machine is being used to repair and even reconstruct fallen Necrons. Combat doctrine states such a resource should be denied to the enemy. My thinking too, Megos. My skitarii are tied up holding the line in the tomb, but a surgical strike against this reanimation machine could cripple the enemy's ability to pressure on us. Oh no, to keep pressure on us. There is much that needs our attention also with Tenebrous Dominus, but if it is possible to see this reanimation device destroyed, it should be done. And indeed it shall be. Okay, loud hardware. From the data on the tomb thus far, I extrapolate the reanimation chamber is in the depths of the tomb and heavily defended. Of course, Megos. Would you expect anything less? The Omnissiah is pleased to see obstacles in our path, for by overcoming them, we learn more. Thus, through hardship, the totality of knowledge grows. I will try to bear that in mind. Oop, that was not the right choice. What's our choices here? Let's do this one. I see the patrols and I also see that they aren't a requirement. It's also after 2 AM when in the time zone I'm recording, so I won't add an extra 2 fights to the mission. It reminds me of one of our fabricators for making replacement components. Maybe it is connected to the reanimation chamber? The Necrons certainly have a need for spare parts. Let's set a booby trap in it. A simple grenade trap is placed behind the machine. A short while afterwards, explosions are heard from the machine's location, and skitarii report severe damage and a scattering of Necron components, suggesting the trap worked admirably. The cohort takes comfort from the fact they're
Cunning struck a blow against an unexpected Necrons. Let's just go straight to the fights. Okay, what's our map looking like? Resource starved. Oh boy, that's a lot of firepower. Let's move you up here. With our ones with invisibility devices so I can get them close. Let's move you to there. Let's move you over to here. I don't want to move him just yet. Okay, you have the capacity to get into an interesting spot. And the Blackstone and the cognition to do it. Let's just run you over to here. 1, 3, that's going to be annoying. Not that I can't stop it. What I want to do first is use this guy up, use this tech priest to do some sabotage of the enemy. Geez, they all have physical resistance. That's a problem. Can you stop bouncing? This game's camera does not know how to handle height properly, I think. Okay, that did some good damage. Grab the cognition because I'm gonna need it. Now I'm gonna do 2 cognition heavy attacks. First of all, one with a weapon that will actually do lots of damage. Let's get you into melee, and let's do that. Okay, you did take damage out of that, but nothing that's going to be too much of a problem right now. Now I am going to move you into here. What's the stats, the invisible one? You don't have a, that one doesn't have a melee weapon. Okay. Take that shot and then try and deal with the one at the back. Now, let's grab that. That got rid of him. I meant to use this thing here. I'm going to give all tech priests armor because I can see the enemies are going to do some serious damage. Now, you're going to come round and be a target. That's fine. Frustrating, of course. Ouch. Hey, at least I gave him the armor. Now, let's get to the edge of this. Now, let's grab cognition. Let's just rip into this one. Now, he's going to need a shield, no doubt, but any chance you have range on that? Yeah, deal with that. The less enemies that can get back up, the better. Now, we don't have any troops in the field just yet. Oh, that's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to get someone over to heal him fast, because the enemy is slowly stripping him down. Yay! Providing a dilemma for the enemy worked, unfortunately. It also, you know, causes our side to take damage. So, I don't like, I do not, if I got range from all the way over here. Hey, let me just see how far over I can still get range. Hey, I've got range. Nice. Thunk. Okay, I'm going to move him into that so that at least someone can generate cognition next turn. On that, off that generator. Now, I'm gonna put one there, and then I'm gonna stick that behind it just so as to shield it. I'm also gonna put a skitarii over here, which will eat my cognition up, but well, best case scenario, the servitor does something useful, does something painful to the enemy. No matter. You can be delayed for a turn. I want you to take him down a peg. Because I'm going to have to run the other one up to him, so... Yes! Got rid of an immortal. Hopefully not the last one for this term. For this turn. Take him down. Yes! I love it when a plan comes together, even if it's unintentional. Unintentional success is still success. Or more, success caused by the enemy causing themselves harm to your benefit is still helpful for you. Now, I am gonna run you up to here. Oh, too bad. It's like, oh, you've got resistance to armor. No matter. Or to physical damage. No matter. I will still take you down. Okay. What I can do is heal him, so as to remove that first turn's damage, because that was a significant amount. Now, I'm going to move you up to here. Heal you. Now, yes, I can hit him from here. Good. Let's take as much of his health off as possible. Now he's going to do some damage, but it will be fine. Oh, I was expecting him to target the other one. No matter. Run. You have one job. Take him out. Damn it. Oh well, it'll take him out when he goes to move. Assuming he's not smart enough to stay still. But I can expedite the process. Now, I'm gonna just move you over to here. Since you could target that skitarii, that means the skitarii can target you. Counter battery fire. Let's give that skitarii some damage buff. Take him out. And not on a date. Aww. Thought it might actually take him out. Oh well. Only one damage. Only one. Let's just deal with that. Because that gives some cognition. I would have rathered, you know, not having to do oh, do I have line of sight? No, but I have line of melee, so let's charge in and deal with him. I was worried I wasn't going to have the range to get over there in melee, but one more, I'd forgotten this one had a melee weapon. Let's get rid of him. There we go. Now, what does the text say? Such a prize. Category rare. Desire. Want it on my slab. Dissection equals imminent. A Necron warrior lies in the chamber ahead, an unusual sight since they usually teleport away upon deactivation. It appears severely defective, with one arm withered as if by deformity, and half its ribcage and skull appearing partially melted. Could this be the result of a malfunction in the reanimation chamber? Perhaps the Necrons are not as inscrutable, master of such technology after all. I want to examine it. The cohort checks out the downed Necron from a safe distance. As they take pick grabs of it, the telltale light flickers in its eye sockets, and it lurches blindly forward. The cohort executes the strange construct, but have at least made a record of this unusual finding. Now, let's continue. Okay, so yeah, I thought we'd have another deployment. Scan or destroy. Oh, it's this map. Which means one enemy is going to spawn down here. Which means I'll leave that one there to deal with it, and I'll just run everyone else up this way. Now, I might just drop a skitarii in, just so I have someone who can go out and do it. Yep, thought so. Thought an enemy had spawned in. Warrior. No matter, I can take him out. That thing's going to be a problem. Now, do you have the ability to... No, you don't. Okay. Let's just run you up to here. Ting, 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 ting. And security system goes burr. Canoptic scarabs and some warriors. This is gonna be fun. Okay then. Chance I get a shot off at him from there. Cool, because I'm aware of the immortal up the top there, and they're pretty potent. Now, I could activate this one's defensive measure, but I want to do damage instead. At least I did some damage, but I'm gonna do that. Now I'm aware the scarabs can heal it, but if I can do enough damage to it, let's grab that. Now, can you get close enough? No. Okay. That is frustrating. Now, I want you to duck out of cover. That's interesting, you can't go properly in the other direction. Take the shot at him to reveal his stats. Hey, he's weak to energy. That's good news. I can light him up like the 4th of July. Oh, poor skitarii. No matter. What's more concerning is these. Scarabs. At least he takes acid damage, but he's not as weak as he was a moment ago. Now, let's just smack him good. Oh, that gets rid of him completely. Okay. Now you can go down here and wait for the enemy to show up. Next turn. You have a Volkite, so let's take advantage of that. And once I grab that. I'm going to just buff everyone's damage a little bit. I mean, we are in a shooting gallery here, but unfortunately we're the targets. Mostly. Two damage is better than no damage. Now, you have the capacity to run up and grab everything we need. You also don't have any melee capacity, so getting you through the enemies would be an idea. Well, a good idea. Now, how far can I get you? Tink, tink, tink. Oh, tink, tink, tink. Okay, let's get you to there. Because that'll give cognition for next time. Oh boy, backup has arrived. Because of course it has. At least it's nothing that flies. Because that makes things hard. But that is going to be useful. You can only take one, that's fine. How many mortals does one map need? I could do with a beam weapon at this point. But I think I turned off AoE weaponry, so... Now... let us just stick that there. And a servitor there. There we go. That's a problem. Oh well. If he makes it, he makes it. Now, you are going over here. Direction. You'll have you target him, because I'm going to have you charge into the nearest Necron warrior. On the plus side it did something. On the downside it didn't do much. Charge further in. Let's remove an avenue of attack or two from range. Yeah, he's gonna take it. Yeah, it only did 1 damage. That's good. Take the shot. Might as well move him to there. They're going to start marching up. So yeah, if you're newer to 40k and you think some of these units don't look like what you're used to, that's because this game came out before the 2020 update to the Necron range, so a lot of stuff looks slightly different. Slightly, although not by all that much. Now, you are going straight into melee. Oh no, he has that. Too bad it meant nothing. Now, how far can I get you on the next turn? Over to here. Let's do that. I should have used his ability to grab cognition. Let's just run you over to here. Let's just use that. Do I have enough cognition to get him into melee? Yes, I do. Good. Now, does he have any more room? Yes, he does. I can use that. Good. Push him back a bit. That lowers his HP slightly. Get rid of him. Oh, didn't do more. Didn't do enough. Isn't it wonderful that I can do this? Now do that to you. Get rid of that. That's an absurd amount of damage, but... Six. Nice. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything with him that puts him in the open. That servitor's going down. Ah, well. On the plus side. Unfortunately, our enemy here is about to take out this Rust Stalker. Oh well. Ouch. Hey, he's still going down. And now that it's a new round, the enemy is also taking that. Okay, so I still have a few servitors. Let's deploy them there. Now, first of all, you're going to charge into here and take that thing out. We need the cognition. Activate your armor. And then run into melee. Okay, take out this thing because I'm sick of its presence. Got a cognition tower I can get more cognition out of. No, we've only got the one over here. Okay, that'll have to do. Take it out. That reduces the enemy a little bit. How much health was that thing at? 4, okay. Take him out. Take out the neck, take on the Necron. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Okay, so they're going to slowly march forward. Now, there's still an immortal down there. I'm going to hit the scarabs, because at least that did something. Let's activate that as well. Now I'm going to move you to there because I'll have you come up as support fire. We are going to get overwhelmed if we don't start dealing with these. Yes! Oh, okay, an immortal spawned over here. Because of course it did. Now, I'm coming up to here so I can do this. Grab that. Because we need cognition. Now, because immortals are tanky buggers, I'm fairly certain I'm going to need to do some energy damage to him first. You are taking a lot of damage there, mate. Ow. Okay, who on this map has acid damage? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Let's just get rid of him. Good, now no one else can spawn there. I can run him up. Run him across the map. How far can I get him? Let's get him to where that skitarii is. Guess he'll be able to catch up. I'm going to save that cognition for someone else, even though it could be used to heal him. Let's just get rid of that. Now, let's get rid of that last one from there. Any chance I can do some good damage from over here? Yes. Okay, his Cognis thing's not recharged, or his weapon discount isn't recharged, which is a problem. Let's get rid of that so it can't get back up. Let's just do that one. Okay, so I'm just gonna run in here. Grab cognition. And then run back. I realise it eats a cognition point, but too bad. And a free cognition. Too bad it costs us a servitor, but oh well. Servitors are ultimately expendable. Oh. It's like on that subject. No matter. So, let's see if I can take him out. Yes! And just to make sure he doesn't get back up again. Oh, I could have charged the phosphor. Oh well. Now the Legion is slowly approaching. Any chance you've got line of sight on that immortal? Nope. Cool. Oh well. You'll have line of sight soon. Slowly marches back. Not sure why. Now my goal is to get this one into combat. Jeez, look at that HP. At least I can do something about it. And now I will use that to heal him up. Because I need him to be able to tank the retaliation the enemy's going to deliver. Now, where are we going? If I move to there, could I hit them? In theory, yes. In practice, not really. Okay, if we can take him. Take him out. Yay, the Volkite takes him out. And he's not close enough to the generator this turn. Oh well, let's just run him back, so at least it gives us cognition next turn. And that'll give us some cognition for next turn. Now you go to move and get walloped. No matter, I'm going to be taking them out as soon as they go down. If, you know, I don't wipe them with crits. Cognition! Okay, I am going to just run you up here and have you start to grab cognition. Or blackstone. I'm glad to see people haven't lost interest in Mechanicus. Sure, I mean, the sequel's coming out soon. We don't yet know when. I remain confused as to why they haven't, you know, given us a date, but that confusion is lessened by my understanding there's been, I think, a problem with Unity. Something about a security issue. Which would explain the delay if they've got to patch the engine or wait on the patch for the engine. That explains why it would take them so long. The core engine of a game is kind of important, and making sure it doesn't provide a security risk to the computer the game it's built on is installed upon is kind of important. Hey, he gets to go. Which sucks for that Necron Immortal. Because I am going through that Necron Immortal. That wasn't optional. I am taking him down. Haha, see? Now... I'm not going to waste Volkite on the terminal. I'll waste Volkite on the enemy. But I think to complete this I have to actually wipe out that last enemy in addition to grabbing Blackstone from the terminals, so... or destroying the terminals. And quite frankly, I'll take the path of profit. Now let's see if they want me to wipe out that last enemy. Yep, thought so. You know what? I'm gonna just take that, try and take that thing out. Yeah, there we go. Good, I can run in the shield, because I'm going to need to run into that shield in a moment. This tech priest is slowly dying because of that stupid Xenorite perk. Now... okay, let's just run you up there. See, I've not got any cognition on the map, have I? Take that shot. So I'll push this below 2. Actually, he needs armor more. You can get cognition. It's like, that's alright, this one has the data spike. Yeah, it wasn't worth destroying that last console, because it wouldn't have pushed the alert level below 1. Okay. The arcane machinery of the resurrection chamber proves highly susceptible to demolition techniques. Explosive charges shatter the delicate device, filling the chamber with flying shrapnel and shattered crystal. Whatever the machine really did, it will never do it again. One of the Necron's key advantages is the fact they seem able to reproduce their losses, seem to be able to replace their losses indefinitely. We have taken that away from them. Magos, my skitarii will thank you. This takes some of the pressure off them. Destroying it is the only logical option. Fellow tech priests would have desired capturing and studying the location. My new robots are devoid of any regret in having disappointed them. Even if we could have captured it intact, would you have taken that risk? Throne knows what risks can come from tampering with such technology. You bring to mind the words of Lectodogmus Vidix, Kepra. That doesn't mean I am wrong. Indeed, Kepra has a point. There are tech priests who would do that. Those tech priests have this habit of dying to the Necrons. Because tech priests have a habit of playing around with things that then proceed to attack them. Occasionally tech priests actually end up being really good at dealing with Necron tech. Take a look at Belisarius Cole and his ability to actually play essentially Necron chess with a Cryptech, using the Cryptech's own troops. And winning. Now, I've got plenty of resources, but I need... Who needs armor? You need an upgrade. That gave you a bit more of the Dominus path. That gave... Please tell me that's armor. Let's just... Oh! I'll take that. Getting that at the beginning of it, getting 1 HP back at the start of a turn is a useful thing. Please may that have had an armor rating. Damn. Oh well, it's better than nothing. Still could be better. It still could be better, but it's better than nothing, which I'll take. At the moment I can keep a melee weapon on this tech priest. So, in all honesty, that's what I'm gonna do. So, let's just check something. Oh no, we haven't got that one yet. If we had the perk that did the Energizer, I'd put the Energizer on there instead, but yeah. So, thank you all for watching. This stream was a lot longer than I intended, but I saw that people kept joining and I figured, let's run it through. But I need to call it a day. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and feel free to leave whatever hobby stuff. Let me know what hobby stuff you're working on at the moment, especially if it's from 40k or 30k or AOS. Anyway, catch you around. Bye.